As we have seen in the previous video, man is not matter alone, but also has a spirit. For without a spirit, man would not have thoughts, discernment, spiritual needs, would not feel anything, and would not be able to move. The spirit is that which leads the human body. Although it is not visible, our spirit possesses some well-defined features. It is essential that we are able to comprehend these in order to get to know ourselves better and what the cause is for many troubling issues. Since the spirit is a completely enclosed system and no one can enter it, our spirit cannot be obligated, forced, or controlled from the outside. The spirit controls itself from the interior. Many times we believe that others make us do certain things, but this is impossible because then our spirit would not be a spirit. Instead, it would be matter. The only thing you can control from the exterior is matter. The spirit only acts or reacts from its interior. If a spirit could be forced, then there would exist a lack of responsibility in our own thinking, and it would be simply a robot. Likewise, we also believe that others cause us unhappiness, or they offend us. But this is false as well, as a person will feel offended only if their spirit takes the information and processes it as being against itself. If others could cause sadness or disappointment, then we would shift the blame on them for our problem, which would obviously be unfair. But we will inevitably notice that something impure exists in the spirit which causes us to become upset and to interpret information from the outside in a wrong way, working towards our destruction. Another characteristic of the spirit is the fact that it will never find itself in an inactive state. The spirit is always active. It never sleeps. Dreams prove the fact that the spirit is active even when the body rests. When you dream, the spirit is busy organizing information that was stored in the brain's cerebral cortex during the day. Accordingly, the spirit is never in a passive state. Having mentioned the spirit's characteristics, we now need to understand that besides man, which has a spirit, God is spirit, as well as angels. But we need to clearly define the difference between God and creation. God is completely independent. Meanwhile, a created spirit is dependent. The law of the universe explains the fact that every element is a channel, which does not withhold anything for itself, and God is the only source, creating everything from himself. Each created spirit requires spiritual nourishment, but that nourishment is not found within itself, but outside itself. As the stomach needs food, but does not produce it, neither does it withhold it. Likewise, the spirit has certain needs which can only be fulfilled from the exterior. The spirit initiates the action of taking nourishment from the outside. No one can place something inside it or eat in its place, as no one is able to eat in our place physically. Therefore, we will reach the following conclusion. Nobody can control us or direct us, not even God. For actually, God created the spirit this way, to manage itself from its interior, like himself. We have already learned that man's body requires chemistry and electricity. But what are the spirit's major requirements? When God created it, he placed certain needs in our spirit. The principal need is that of love. So little studied, so little known, yet this is the fuel from which we live. Man may be deprived of bread, but he cannot survive without love. From the moment of birth, everyone seeks it. People cannot be a source of love. However, God can. God is love. The need of love also includes the needs of freedom, righteousness, harmony, joy, truth, etc. None of the needs the Spirit possesses are evil. Each of them are good. Because of this, all of the opposites of these needs will be rejected by the Spirit. We have a great need for justice. Therefore, if someone is unrighteous towards us, we will resist, because we have been handed something contrary to our needs. We will always want the good, justice, or truth. We are not neutral, like God is not neutral. But there exists something in us that we will study more in the following videos, which, despite our needs being good, manages to twist them into producing evil. Noticing that the Spirit has these needs, the first one being that of love, we realize that they are all based on information. The Spirit nourishes itself with information. If you have before you false information, a lie, will you ever be able to believe it? There is a condition in order for the Spirit to introduce information into itself. Information must be true in order for the Spirit to believe it. But why do some take certain information and some do not? Is there something in a person's spirit that determines what you will believe and what you will not? Yes, the Spirit has a scale which measures any information it receives from its exterior. That is the answer to the question, who am I? There is an internal truth called identity, which, besides the fact that it determines what we believe, is the basis for any thought or action. If this scale is correct, then you will interpret any information correctly. If it is wrong, you will interpret any information incorrectly. Something happened in man, and the good scale has been removed, and a broken scale was put in its place. If you desire to learn more about the cause of your problems, you will first need to understand what is in the depths of your thinking and to know when change is impossible.